అందరికీ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ అండి. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ టు ఆల్. ఈరోజు టాపిక్ ఫిజిక్స్. యు నో దట్ ఫిజిక్స్ ఈజ్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాంపోనెంట్ టు గెట్ ద సీట్ ఇన్ ఎయిమ్స్ కాలేజెస్, prestigious Ames colleges. You know that for Delhi this year we are expecting almost 750 plus. That is to get the seat in Delhi Ames, maybe 715 plus will be required, and Jipmar also, remaining Ames college also, minimum 690 to 695 marks will be required to join in the Ames colleges. So for that purpose, the main component is physics. If his physics score is high, so 180 out of 180 or 175, 170 marks, see up to 180 marks. So then only a chance is there to get into the seat in the Ames college. So for that purpose, now Gosala zone have tremendous legendary lectures in physics. So they will tell about the how to crack the physics full score in NEET 2025. Now I am going to invite all our lecturers one by one. They will explain the importance of the physics to get the seat into Ames colleges. Now Abhishek sir, please come, and Abhilash sir, and Imanshu sir, and Harimohan sir, Mukti sir, please come sir. Please say about the physics importance to get the seat in prestigious Ames colleges, to get the seat in prestigious Ames colleges. You know that, see, generally botany, zoology, chemistry, that major score will be maybe enough to get the seat in MBBS, but to get the prestigious seat in Ames colleges, seat in prestigious Ames colleges, definitely physics that will be more required. Physics score will be more required. So our lecturers will explain about the how to crack the physics full score in NEET 2025, coming NEET 2025. So please sir.
Thank you, sir. And good evening. Hello, everyone. We are the physics team, Goshala zone. And this year, physics paper was little tricky. And last year also, like every year, what is happening? Physics, you will start with good. And while writing NEET, always there will be some tricky question, something that will give you a little headache and your confidence will be gone. One thing I want to tell all of you, first, before writing NEET, we have to go with like physics is the easiest of the subject. First, you have to take in your mind, it is the easiest subject and you can do very good in physics. We'll come to subject also, one by one, like which chapter and what skill it is needed. But before that, 2-3 things, according to me, you all will agree also. First is, I think, sir, for physics, having a good mentor is very, very important. Right? A very good mentor is required. Okay, now it's okay. So have a very good mentor. That mentor not necessarily teachers only. Somebody in your home can be there. Somebody should be who is monitoring your physics preparation. Mentors means, sir, you will agree that 1 hour of work you can do in 15 minutes with the help of very good mentors. And NEET physics is all exam of time management. Your time will be saved, you will practice it more, and practice is the only key to success. So a very good mentorship. And the second that I told you already is just believe that you can do it, and physics is one of the easiest of the subject. Coming to the subject, I will request Harimohan sir to take the mechanics part 1, how to go into it and what to decide it. Vilas sir will tell electricity things, how to go in electromagnetism, electricity and all. Murthy sir will guide all of you about modern physics technique, and magnetism and AC, that will be given by Himanshu sir. And I will tell you optics also sir will take, and I will take the concept of second part of mechanics, like gravitation, solid, fluid, waves, oscillation, etc. So I will first request Murthy sir to tell something how to go in modern physics to score maximum in NEET. So please.
So take it.
Hey students, regarding modern physics, because this is the topic where long back we used to get very good number of questions, but recently because of small changes in the so-called the syllabus changes, what we observe here is that we are getting This time we got little less number of questions, but it doesn't matter. Every question counts in the examination. When it comes to the modern physics, the very, very important thing in modern physics is it is not something which is having a great syllabus point in terms of the point of view, because it is very much limited. Even though the subject is vast, the syllabus in 12th standard is very much limited. So when you are focusing just on what is required, it is more than enough. Second important point is, in this part, when my sincere advice to every one of you is, don't ever bother to look into the internet for this. Look into only the teacher. Teacher exactly knows to what extent it should be given, because it's a vast subject, I told you, but our syllabus is very much limited. So limit to it. This is what we do in Goshala here. We never go beyond the syllabus. There is a circle. Let us bulge it. Let us not go out of the circle. There only the physics becomes difficult. As long as you are within the circle, what is required in the examination, there is never a problem for us. Related to the modern physics, if you take, we have dual nature, atoms, nuclei, semiconductor devices. In semiconductor devices, as there is a removal of transistors, the syllabus became very much simpler compared to the previous years. So it is just enough if you focus on the logic gates, which are a direct question. You can refer your recent examination question that you answered it. Very straight question. You don't need to apply any logic. Straight away use the simple truth table system, you will get it. That is one question we got it. And in the atoms also, a tabular form is given to just ask you to compare the which range of the wave you are going to get in that one. In the other part of it, when it comes to the other question in nuclear physics, also a question that came, which is very straight question. That means as a student, you don't have to think how to answer that one. So when we are coming into the point, we don't require anything except the notes that is given by the teacher in the classroom. Nothing more than that is required. See all the questions that you got in that one. So straight questions in the modern physics. So in the last moment, the preparation for the modern physics, which we encouraged every students here, giving enough work to them, maximum students are benefited because of that. So the boost up topics are the modern physics topics. Even though they are last topics, they are the topics from which you are getting easy questions. That is very important. It's not the tougher part. It's not the very much lengthy questions. This year, as I already told you about the questions, you just refer back one more time. You see how simple questions are given in that. But one small point in that one is, yes, they are simple. But at the same time, you need a proper guidance to answer that question in a systematic way, easy way, in a short interval of time. For that, yes, you require help, and we always provide that help here. There is no doubt in that. And how to crack that question in a very short form of the time. All our team members, we have our method, and we all discuss, we interact, and we see that you can answer that question like a biology question. Instantly answer. So that we will be focusing on that one. And as far as modern physics is concerned, once again I am telling, because that topic I started here, it is very simple to you, but you need a proper guidance. That's very, very important. And now I welcome sir, please. Sir will guide through the optics and other topics. Welcome, sir.
Hi everyone, myself Himanshu. I'm here in Sri Chaitanya Gosala campus from almost 2 years, and I've been teaching physics and mentoring students from almost last 20 years. And when I talk about this thing, because I've seen a lot of students doing a lot of mistakes while attempting the physics papers, and I've seen people doing wonderful things with the physics when they are attempting the paper. What matters is the mindset. In what mindset we are going towards the exam. First of all, that mindset has to be developed, because if we have a clear mindset in our mind that it is a very tough subject, then obviously we will not be able to attempt in that particular way in what way we were planning to. So we should have that clear mindset that we are going to attempt NEET physics paper, which does not require very high expertise skills. It requires more of the time management skills. You should remember the basic formulas, and you should know how to apply those formulas and how to involve those formulas into the problem solving or numerical solving approach. If you are thorough with this thing, a regular practice of those kind of questions will get you a good marks. So you should start building up your confidence by choosing a specific topics. And that's why we are talking about the different kinds of topic that you have to follow and what kind of strategy you have to follow in those topics. Sir has already discussed, Murthy sir has talked about modern physics. Now I'll tell you one of the most important section of physics part, where you have very less formulas, but obviously if you go with the basic application part, you have got more number of questions. Optics, if you go ahead, every year, if you see the trend of the question is like this, that you will be getting minimum 4 to 5 questions from the optics situation. And when you're getting 4 to 5 questions from one particular topic itself, and that too, they are almost clear that this kind of questions will be asked, you have got one complete year to prepare those 5 types of questions, and you can easily get selected. You can easily attempt all 5 questions in optics. But there are few areas where you commit mistake. And one of the key area where you commit mistake is the sign convention that you use in lenses. So when you talk about these particular situations, remember how to utilize how to avoid these mistakes, and what are the types of situations that we have to follow. So let's go with the optics. If we divide the optics, we can divide it into 2 parts. One is a ray optics part, another one is a wave optics part. Ray optics, you can expect 3 questions. Wave optics also, you can expect 2 to 3 questions. When I talk about ray optics part, it can be basically further segregated into 3 parts. One part is reflection part. Second part is reflection part. Reflection part means you are talking about the mirrors, and refraction part means you are talking about lenses or refracting surface. That may be plane surface or maybe curved surface. Curved surfaces are lenses, spherical surfaces, and plane surfaces are either prism or slab. Now, this year also you would have seen that there was a question based on a prism. There was a question based on the optical instrument, that is the devices, and there can be multiple questions based on the lenses based question. So you will be getting one question from the reflection part, that is basically the mirrors, and you will be getting 2 questions, one from the lenses, one from the optical instrument, that is your microscope, your telescope, and maybe prism. So this is one area where you have to focus on when you are studying for optics part. Second part, when we come in wave optics is majorly talking about 3 parts, that is number 1 interference, number 2 diffraction, number 3 polarization. All 3 are very simple situation. Interference is the major portion, that is a Young's double slit experiment is a major portion that you have to cover in wave optics, and you will be getting 1 question from it. Diffraction and polarization, alternatively the questions are asked. Majorly the questions are asked on diffraction, which is similar to a interference pattern only, and polarization also you can get some questions. So these optics area will cover 5 questions, and obviously if we have a clear mindset that these are 10-15 different odd types of problems that we have to cover, and we keep on practicing those things, we can make this particular area as our strongest area. See, in physics, when you are going for a NEET exam, what you should consider is, what you should remember is that how and easily we can increase our marks in a steps by step questions. If I have a clear mindset, okay, this is the area I'll be going to attempt, and this is the area where I will have the strongest feeling that I'll be able to solve these questions very easily, then obviously you are confident enough and you don't need to worry much about those particular areas, and that is where you have to start planning. So in optics you can go ahead like this. Now for other particular discussions I'll be calling Hari Mohan sir. He will be discussing about the mechanics 1 portion. So all the best, and we will be always available to help you out. Thank you.
Hello everyone, and welcome all of you, and we are very eager to meet you very soon in the our campus in Vijayawada, and please come and join us. Definitely you will be benefited with our strategies and our program. And one of the finest thing about our program is that we are student oriented very much, and how to tackle the exam, how to take care of all the problems which is coming during the exam and before the preparation time, and how to tackle all psychological problems also. We will be always available to you, not only as a physics teacher, as a mentor also. We are always available to you at 24/7. So don't worry about it. When you join us, you will be very happy, and you will be benefited in all ways. In all periphery you can benefit it. And now come to the subject. When we are talking about the physics, I am having almost 10 years experience in this field, and I am taking care of more than 10,000 students till now, and almost thousands of doctors. Some are studying in the AIMS Delhi and different colleges all over the India, and I will appreciate all of you. Definitely when you join us next year, you will be in a very good college, AIMS also, and different AIMS colleges, different colleges all over the India. The one of the finest thing is that. And now come to the subject. When we talk about the physics, in physics mechanics portion, we call the heart of the physics. Without mechanics you cannot learn the other part of the physics, because it requires the basics and fundamental of the physics. Definitely mechanics is very important, and I have done a lot of work upon the mechanics. When you join us, you will find it. And one of the important part of the mechanics is you should know the basics and the practical experimental things related to the mechanics. Just I will share you the few things. The first chapter we are dealing with that unit and measurement. So in that we have to know, okay, what is the meaning of significant figures, how the vernier caliper, screw gauge, and how they work, what is the meaning of least count, what is the meaning of zero error, what is the meaning of mechanical error, random error. So at that point of time we are learning how the instruments works. In that chapter we will learn many things, because this chapter is not very we can say very easy, but it will give you the 2-3 questions every year. And sometime in 2022, 21 there are 3 to 5 questions are also there. And recently there are 2 questions this year we are having from this chapter. So we will learn that chapter very easily, and in that part how to learn the rounding off we have to do. So that part, in that learning part you have to go for it. So Second thing, when we start the mechanics, in mechanics, you have to learn the laws of motions, the very important Newton's laws, because that is the core concept of the mechanics. When you learn the Newton's laws, that will give you okay, how to the use the force, what is the meaning of force. I will share you the very simple definition. You will understand what is the meaning of the force. If I say the equation F equal to ma, this is the one equation. The second equation I am giving up mathematically, F minus ma is equal to 0. Listen carefully, I am repeating myself. F equal to ma, and the second equation is the F minus ma is equal to 0. The both equations appear mathematically almost equal. There is nothing different in them. But when we go to the physics, you will learn that they are totally different equations. When we say F equal to ma, this equation is related to the inertial frame. It is talking about the inertial frame, and in that the Newton's first and second laws are directly we can apply, we can solve them very easily. But when we say F minus ma is equal to 0, this equation is not related to the inertial frame. This equation is related to the non-inertial frame. That means Newton's first and second law are not directly applicable. We have to put pseudo force there. We can say pseudo force, non-real force, fictitious force. We have to apply there. So this type of understanding we require to solve the mechanics, and that will be given by definitely some core concept by experienced teachers. So when you join us, definitely you will be benefited. We are here with a lot of experience in different aspects. You will learn, and similarly I will give you some more example. You will understand. When we are talking about the recent this year, there is one question was there, the wheel is actually rolling on a horizontal plane, and the question is asked where the which point is having more velocity. This question can be solved by mathematically, but by simple observation, also by experiments, by daily life you can learn. I will give you very simple idea. Suppose one wheel, your cycle, you are actually riding a one cycle, and the cycle when it is going out of the mud or some water, then you see the topmost point of the wheel of that cycle is giving the water at maximum speed, but the lower part is throwing out the water very low speed. So this is the observation. From observation point of view also you can tell that very easily. So you have to be clear about all the concept, and this concept can be given by some experienced experts definitely, and we are expert of our subject. When you join us, definitely you will be benefited. Okay, and few more examples I will tell you, because the mechanics not only give you 10 to 12 questions. When you learn even though optics also, in the optics or electricity and magnetism, or maybe mechanics part 2, or maybe modern physics, everywhere the mechanics is used. I will give you some examples, you will understand. The very first thing, when you go to the suppose gravitation, they will tell you that suppose satellite is moving from here to there. So you have to know what is the meaning of potential energy, what is the meaning of kinetic energy, what is the use of work energy theorem, conservation of mechanical energy. That is required. When you go to suppose to the mechanical properties of solid, there also potential energy concept is required, work done is required. When you go to the mechanical properties of fluid, there also it is required, because there are a lot of, maybe you are dealing with the soap bubble, or you are dealing with the drop, how they form, what is the surface energy, there also these concepts are required. So that's it. That's why I am saying the mechanics is a very important part. Now come to the second part. Maybe it is the oscillation, maybe it is a wave. There also you require all the mechanics portions. So just learn the mechanics, and when you learn the mechanics, you will learn all the physics very easily. Not only this, I am not appreciating only mechanics. I am just saying the physics will give you the entire concept of your preparation to be a doctor, because it will not help you to just to get a seat in the good college. It will help you to be a good human being as well as a good doctor. I will tell you one very important recent experience. I was just went few days back in the Delhi, and there one of my student was in AIMS Delhi. I just visited to him in his college, and he was doing his internship right now. and we meet, and we are talking ki, what are you doing, and he was in a surgical department there. So I just asked him ki, what are you doing from this surgical instrument, from where these tools, how you do sterilize and all the things. He said ki, we put this sterilization, there are some chemicals is there, and sometimes we have to put in the some instruments in the low temperature also. So for that deep freezer is there. So there also physics is required. When they go to the X-ray department, they have to know the concept ke how the X-ray is used, how the ultrasounds is used. So there also the physics is required. So when you will be a good doctor, definitely it will help you. Ki physics will help you to explain all the disease, all the phenomena which is working with our body. I will tell you one experiment. Suppose I am standing, I can see you, or you can see me by your naked eye or with the help of your specs, definitely. So what are the specs I'm using? So this is actually explained by the optics. So physics is very important to be a good doctor. You can explain all the phenomena at that point of time. So not to be get a good seat in a college, to be a good doctor, good human being, to explain the thing. I will tell you one more thing, you will understand that. So most of the time the layman people also, they are not related to the physics or science subject. They also say this word very commonly. The every action has equal and opposite reaction. It is a very common phenomena. Everyone knows this. What is the meaning of that? You have to be clear. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. But what is the meaning? Action is not the cause. Reaction is not the effect. Action and reaction act at the same instant of time. This is the deep understanding of the concept is required for this exam. You have to be clear. So for that, the very important thing is that you have to learn NCERT by heart, and for that you require a very important thing, a good expert, and we are here to help you out. And I think we will meet soon, and with a good welcome, and thank you so much. I welcome Abhishek sir, please come and explain the mechanics too and other physics concepts. Thank you everyone.
Hello everyone. Thank you Hari Mohan sir. Such a wonderful suggestion he gave you. If you have listened him seriously, carefully, he told you so much of good points about physics. But the basic point comes, why physics is actually a nightmare for many students who are going to write NEET. See, there was a very famous sports person, and he quoted that first we win the matches in mind, then we win the matches on the field. This NEET is not different for you guys also. You have to win this physics battle in your mind first. You are human. You are more superior to the more powerful robots also. You can do anything, first of all. So I think physics is giving nightmare because of a weak willpower only. Because you have to know you are meant to do many such things, many such wonderful things or difficult things you will crack that is not even you have imagined ever. So physics is nothing in front of your talent. This is the basic thing you have to tell in your room, in your study room, write on wall that physics is the easiest of the subject. Here in Goshala, I'm working for last 5 years, and I have seen many students, and you can also interact with them whenever you will come here. They have come here with 2 marks in physics. 2 marks. Their repeater came in long term. What marks they have got? 2 marks. And they themselves were ready for 50-60 marks we will get. Rest work on biology, work on chemistry. 50 to 60 in physics is more than enough. But they ended up getting 160-165 marks in physics. And this is not example of 1-2 student. There are many such students who came here by under 10 marks in physics. And when they were going after the NEET, their score was more than 160. Is this a miracle? Not at all. Just a discipline. It's a very hard discipline that they follow. You have to go on conceptual, and concept is the actual task of your mentors. Here everything, like, see, this is a every person has a job to do. Your mentors have to do this job of delivering the right concepts to you, the right way of tackling the subject, the core concepts and everything. You have to listen to them very, very carefully what they are saying. After concept, but discipline, I'm telling you how you will go in physics. After concept is done, then comes application, and application is something that is the task of 50-50, your mentor and yours. Your mentors are telling you this is the work done. Work has these many applications, like for constant force, for variable force, for area under the graph, work kinetic energy relation. Many types of work is there. Work in fluid is what pressure is doing work. In thermodynamics, work is there. So work is a one little quantity, physical scalar quantity, and on that how many applications can be there, that your mentor will tell, and you will grasp it and you will understand it. Here in the application part, counter question comes. I'm teaching you, you are raising a question. Any doubt, like the way I try you to I'm trying to make you understand a topic, in the same way you have to get it also. So discussion is very important in the application part. And the last part, that is coming the practice thing, that is entirely your work. Practice, practice and more practice. There is no saturation level of it. You cannot say, some of the students, they are like, sir, 50 questions a day is more than enough. 500 questions are also not. What is enough? Enough itself is not a saturated word. So nothing is enough. As much according to your capacity you can practice. So you layer the discipline in 3 ways. First one is the concept, entirely depend on your mentor for that. Second is application, have a very clear-cut discussion. Do remember, discussion is a very important point. Your teacher is telling application, you are raising your hand, you are getting, sir, I have understood this in this way. Is this true? Is this okay? Or you're trying to tell something else. Whenever you have a dicey moment, okay, I'm not getting it, you have to discuss and practice. As more practice you will do, more doubts you will ask, and then the entire one subject, one chapter, one topic of physics will be clear for you. This is the how to proceed in physics that I told you. Next one is, now listen this very carefully, I'm going on the subject now. Like I would like to explain the mechanics second portion, that is gravitation. It starts. This year also we got a question from gravitation. One of the easiest chapter you can say gravitation is, but you have to understand what is all about. When you have done all the gravitation, your mentor has taught you everything, force is this, Kepler's laws is that, potential energy, but overall you have to get the picture of that chapter in your mind. Visualization is very important, and that visualization, if you will take my suggestion, I will tell gravitation is a conservation chapter. Like which quantities are conserved? Angular momentum, total energy. Most of the most of the numerical problems, they will have application of it. So you have to understand chapter in that manner. Like gravitational bodies are, planets are there, satellites are there. So angular momentum and total energy, this year also question came, NEET 2024, that was on total energy conservation. Like linear momentum is then not always conserved. So what is conserved, what is not conserved? Most of the questions of gravitation, they're solved with the conservation principle and second superposition principle. That applies in forces, intensity and all. And then it comes to work, energy and potential. Then conservation questions. Angular momentum is conserved, when conserved, what is the condition, total energy is conserved, kinetic cannot be conserved always, potential cannot be conserved always. These kind of techniques should be very clear in your mind. Like if let's say gravitational force is falling inversely 1 by r square, it follows. What if it is 1 by r cube or r4? There is an NCERT concept, if you will go through NCERT, like tidal effect concept is there. Tidal effect of moon is more because it is inversely proportional to r cube. But if you will get the gravitational force of sun, that is inversely proportional to r square. That way, like gravitation of sun is more, but tidal effect of moon is more. So these kind of conceptual clarity for every effect and why it is there, assertion, reason, statement, question, everything you should be clear. So when you will sit in class and anything teacher is teaching you, that should be very, very absolute clear in your mind. See, physics is all about your daily life. Like if I will talk about, let's say solids. In mechanics too, there is a small chapter, solids, but every year question come. If you will see the trend of NEET, there is one formula. In entire solid, one formula, Y is equal to F by A delta L by L, stress upon strain. There are many other concepts also, but NEET is asking this particular formula from last 5-6 years. This is the trend. In this, they might ask you F, they might ask you delta L. This year question was, it has come on elongation and finding delta L. But when this formula, only this formula we will do and we will clear NEET? Obviously no. So to reach up to this formula, you have to know now what is stress, what is strain, how Y is related, Hooke's law is what is the limitation of Hooke's law, how the graphs of Y are going. These are the things you have to understand, and understand them very lightly, very slowly. Don't be in this mindset that whatever is going, it will be tough. Very, very easy as far as NEET is concerned. But you all have cleared your 10th exam, your 12th exam. There also you have written something, you have learned some concept, subject, derivation, you have memorized, and then you have written those exams, and those exams are also written by lakhs of students. Still you have cleared it, no? So you can clear any exam the way you have cleared your board exam. It is not any different, only the pattern is different. The subject, the concepts are not different. According to pattern, you have to adopt it. If you are going on fluids, now fluid you will take. Mostly in fluid, two parts NEET is asking question. One is the hydrodynamics for ideal fluid, Bernoullis, and the second is the surface tension and viscosity part. Now, if you're putting your hand on a liquid and trying to pull it out, you have to exert some force, right? Put your hand on the top surface of water and try to remove it. You will have to apply some force. That was NEET 2024 question. In place of hand, they have given a disc. You're putting a disc, and how much force is required? There's a force of cohesion of force of adhesion between that disc and water molecules are there, and against that you have to apply the force. So surface tension force, you have to go with it. So these kind of daily life examples will be there in mechanics also. If you will go on oscillation, oscillation is mainly SHM, but many students are thinking all oscillations are SHM. That is not the case. Oscillation, when you will go, it's a mathematical chapter, and little maths will always help you. Don't hold your hand, don't hold yourself back. Your maths is there, I will not enter it. You don't have to do very intense maths for NEET. Not at all required. Basic maths, and that even you have not realized, but maybe already you know this much maths. You don't have to do extra effort. And if 1 hour or 2 hours of extra effort worth doing it, we will do it now. Like suppose oscillation, like your trigonometric identities, little sine curve, cos curve, or what is the sine square relation to cos, and this kind of things you have to know. What is SHM, what is not SHM, what is periodic. Like periodic and oscillation, they are always not same. This small concept, that again, as I told you, these are your mentor's job, your teacher's job to tell you. You don't have to do much effort from your side. Just listen it carefully, raise your hand, ask your doubts, and clear. Trust your mentors, and this will be your complete concept clear. When you will go in application, in oscillation, you will always need help of your teacher in application part. Starting, see, NEET will ask you very, very small questions, very easy questions. Many students I have seen, they are just leaving this chapter, sine is there, graph is there. So, but NEET will not ask you complex maths. In 1 minute, you have to answer a question. That is the pattern of NEET exam. And in 1 minute, they will ask you questions which can be solved in 1 minute. So basic maths in oscillation you have to do. And again, in oscillation, majority of questions are from SHM. That is again energy conservation concept, because this is a complete oscillation. SHM is this kind of oscillation whose energy is constant. Damping has been already deleted from NEET, so it has become more easy. And if you are doing your oscillation good, then your waves will, in waves chapter, it will help you immensely. In wave chapter also, you have to know that, suppose after doing all the work, you have done many, like a lot of hard work you have put in, and you have burnt your midnight oil, but still some chapters, some topics, we are human, we have our limitation. It will always be there. If we are not good at it, how hard we are working. So then what you have to do, you have to classify, like suppose you are good in something, in like suppose laws of motion you are very good, or current electricity you are very good. So you have to increase your level from there. You can't afford to be good in the chapter you are already good at. Now you have to be extraordinary in those chapters. So your good should go to extraordinary. Now in some of the chapters, good has already gone to extraordinary. Now some of the chapters you are very average. So average should be very good. Average to very good you have to go. This kind of self-evaluation you have to, self-evaluation you have to do. And some chapters, how hard you are trying, you are not able to get it. So don't take that much stress. On those chapters, we will go with the formula practice. Because NEET is a kind of exam in which many questions will come on direct formula. So even if you're not good with the core concept, you're very weak. I would like you to be extraordinary A to Z in all chapters. But I also know we all are human and we have our limitation. So you don't have to stumble in that, okay, this chapter I'm not doing. If you panic about 1-2 chapters, the chapter you are strengthened in, that will be there your deficiency will fall. So what you have to do, good chapter should be extraordinary. Your average chapter should be very good. And some chapters you have 2-3 chapters, okay, these chapters are how hard I'm trying, I'm not getting it. So A to Z formula on those chapters you should contain with you. I was telling you how a student got 2 marks and ended up getting 160 marks. These are the strategy. Planning is very important. When you're writing an all India level exam, planning is half 50%. 50% is the knowledge. Many students with a very good knowledge are scoring less because of poor examination writing planning. And many students with a little less knowledge, moderate knowledge, they ended up getting higher marks. So always keep in mind, knowledge is not everything when you're writing national level exam. With knowledge, you have to know how to write the exam with a proper technique, short tricks, what to start first, what kind of questions you should, and these all here your mentors will be telling you. This is where you need a very good experienced mentor. Because when you're going online, you're reading books, everything you're doing, but at time to time we are human, no, we need some motivation also. And we need some appreciation also. Like you are in my class and I have seen you struggling with some particular topic. After 15 days, I'm telling you, wow, you're going good in this. When I'm telling you this, your teachers are telling you this, good at this, you have evolved a lot. This appreciation will give you confidence. We need your appreciation, you need our appreciation. This is a teamwork, you have to understand, you cannot play alone there. That's why I always focus on this. You need to have a very good mentor, just not for teaching, just for being with you. This is a national level exam, and once you will crack it, you will not believe how smoothly you have done it. Many students have, and you will not be an exception. You will get more and more good result. So you have not realized your potential yet, but I'm sure when you will come with us, you will be realizing it, and we will help you every single step for NEET. Now I would like to invite Avilas sir for focusing on some other chapters of physics. So listen to him very carefully. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best.
Hey everyone. So many teachers have already interacted with you and they have shared their great experience of mentoring not only the NEET aspirants, but I would say the top-notch layer of the students who are currently studying in the great universities, AIIMS and different top medical colleges in India. So here I'm very happy and saying proudly to be a part of Gosala team from last almost 3 years. So it's a long journey in academics in which I have mentored so many students, and specifically in this campus in the last 3 years, I would say that we as a complete team, especially talking about the subject physics team, we have altogether achieved a great success in the journey of taking the students from single digit marks to single digit all India ranks. And that's what I say is starting from the basic up to the best. Every time that's our slogan for every lecture, in fact. So yeah, when we face the students, when the students are coming into the campus, it's a well-known thing pan India that last year we already had a great record of getting All India rank 1 in NEET, JEE Mains as well as JEE Advance. And the first time in the history it happened. And very soon we are going to repeat the history, probably this year also. So we are very hopeful, fingers crossed. NEET result is soon to get announced. Yeah, practically speaking, whenever students come to the campus, they are already having this mindset and a ray of hope that yes, after 1 year or after 2 years of complete exhaustive training, we can also find ourselves among the top rankers of the nation. And this happens in many cases. Okay, but whenever we feel as a students that yes, we are going to secure a great rank, secure a very good marks, secure a safe seat in the top medical colleges in the country, somehow we also have this thing in our mind that yes, we can achieve this, we can achieve great ranks, we can be in the top medical colleges, but there is a hurdle in our path. And if I ask you randomly that what is that hurdle, so I think the first thing that will come into your mind is the subject physics. So, but yeah, in the last approximately like every team member is coming and interacting with you, and everyone is trying to tell you the same thing, that the first thing to achieve success is mindset. Second thing, physics is not difficult. It is just different. So you just need some different way of learning the things. For example, just taking you out of this physics zone and let us talk about chemistry. So suppose, or let us talk about biology one by one, both of them. So if I talk about chemistry, you have physical chemistry, you have inorganic chemistry, you have organic chemistry, and you yourself understand and you would agree that the same strategy of learning and scoring in all the three verticals of chemistry itself, it is the same subject. The score, the way you score, the way you prepare is not same for the three verticals in chemistry. Same, biology is also as a subject, but the way you study botany, the way you prepare for it, and the way you prepare for zoology might be a bit different. Okay, but physics may be like similarly. In physics, we have different sections of physics in which different kind of mindset is required. And if you are well prepared, that okay, now Abhishek sir was also telling you the same thing, that he was naming the chapters, that SHM, simple harmonic motion, oscillation, waves. But with every chapter, sir told you something which we tell in regular classes to the students, that the taste of problem from this chapter or the taste of preparing this chapter is a bit different. For example, some chapters are mathematical, some chapters NEET is asking constantly the questions which are visualization based. Some chapters NEET is constantly asking the problems which are just minor differentiation or integration based. Some chapters like gravitation, the NEET is consistently asking you the questions which are direct formula based, because the beauty of that chapter is 50% of the formula are always applicable and 50% of the formula are assumption based. That gravitational potential energy, mgh, mostly people remember, but we have to remember this, that is applicable only very near to the earth's surface, but actually it is mgh by 1 plus h by r if you talk about the actual change in gravitational potential energy. Same with escape velocity, orbital velocity, different type of expressions are there. I'm just taking the name of a chapter as an example. So every chapter has a very different way of learning, and the way we start here, the introduction of the chapter. So in the very first thing, in the very first lecture, we try to emphasize what you should think, how you should sit in the class, how you should write the notes in the notebook. So starting from the way you sit in the class, to the way you write the notes, to the way you practice the question, to the way you revise the chapter, all the things, if you take care, in life you just need to take care of minor things. Great things are definitely achieved. So you don't plan to achieve the great things, you plan to bring the minor changes. So all the top students, all the top rankers which we have produced in last several years, they have taken this on a very serious note, and they have brought some minor positive changes in the way they prepare and the way they revise the topics regularly. And rest is the history. Everyone knows that what top ranks we constantly produce from the campus, right? So I would say that definitely you will soon join the campus, and once you come, you will experience, and experiential learning is the best way of learning, I believe. Yeah, you will experience the way we prepare, and then you will enjoy the same. Okay, so talking particularly about the I would like to address some questions. No one is having any doubts in that. Yeah, so yeah, thank you. So now I am particularly talking about the electricity and magnetism section, which is available, which is the first phase, first portion, or first 50% of the 12th class syllabus. If I talk about the books, 11th class NCERT, you are having 2 books, book 1, book 2. 12th class NCERT also, you are having 2 books, book 1 and book 2. So if you overall see the 12th class book 1, which carries the electricity and magnetism section, is forming almost 25% of the syllabus coverage, 25% of the syllabus covered. 1 book out of the 4, simple maths. Okay. But if we talk about the scoring, there is a key difference. There is a huge difference, in fact. I would like to share some data with you. A few years back, the pattern was something like in the NEET exam, majority of portion used to come from 11th class track, which means the first year syllabus, and some less portion, relatively less than 50%, used to come from the 12th class syllabus, means second year syllabus, few years back. But now if you talk about the contemporary pattern since last few years, it has been exactly switched. Means the majority of questions, the majority of weightage, major weightage of the examination paper is coming from the 12th class, that is second year syllabus, and less than 50%, the minor part, is coming from the 11th class, that is the first year syllabus. So why I am telling you this? Because there is another major thing in the head of the students, that we are preparing for the board exam, or whenever the NEET comes, it's after 12th or in the 12th, like that only. So obviously you have spent way back, you have spent the great time with the 11th class syllabus. It's been a long time, right? You can only revise. You cannot go to the grassroots level in that case. Okay. So students have this phobia that, oh, how we are going to deal with 11th class. We have started forgetting the 11th class things and all. So just for your comfort, I am telling you this, that you need to be confident, because what majorly and you remember is 12th class syllabus, and what majorly NEET will be asking you is the 12th class syllabus only. Talking about the data, NEET 2024, the precise data is almost 58%. I repeat, 58% of the questions are from the 12th class syllabus, second year syllabus, and 42% of the syllabus are from 11th class syllabus, first year syllabus. Out of this 58%, 18 questions, I repeat, 18 questions, which precisely means 40% of the total. 18 questions, which means 40% of the total, is coming from electricity and magnetism, which means 1 book of NCERT, that is NCERT class 12 book 1. And that also obviously carries the most scoring chapter of physics, that is the current electricity. And you know what, interestingly, what happened in NEET 2024, people like we have literally struggled in convincing the students that paper will come out to be easy only, because the teaching the students this year, I'll share my opinion only, it might be different for different teachers. Teaching the students physics was really an easier task in the last session. But since there was a change in the board, who will set the examination paper, what type of examination paper will come, sir, syllabus have been reduced, sir. So tackling these doubts was a bit struggling for me, at least. Okay, so because we kept on telling the students that you need to be happy. The reason is, if we talk about the most scoring chapter, if we talk about the most important chapter of the entire syllabus, that is current electricity, 12th class chapter 3. And what is the most difficult part of current electricity? Potentiometer, sir. But the advantage of last year syllabus is, last year exam is that potentiometer has been deleted. Similarly, which is the second most important chapter of the entire physics in NEET? That is semiconductors. And what is the toughest part in semiconductors? Transistors, sir. But the good part in the last year exam is transistors was deleted. Okay. So if you know what I'm trying to tell you is that preparing physics is a bit different. It's not difficult. But trust me on this, if you prepare the physics in a strategic way, understanding what type of chapter to prepare in what way, then the things are going to be great. The things are going to be quite smooth and comfortable for you. And very soon you can also see yourself scoring that much for which our team and our campus is famous for. All right. So I'll be waiting for you and, welcoming you in anticipation. And yeah, so is there any doubts, any queries you can post on the comment section? I'll entertain one by one. So one student is asking, Gautam, is there any add mark for radioactivity question? No. As of now, there is nothing like that declared. And I would like to tell everyone here, radioactivity topic has been deleted. But the question which you feel that has come from alpha decay, beta decay like that, when you understand the stability of the nucleus on the basis of the NCERT curve, relative number of neutron and proton, N by P ratio, P by N ratio, when N by P ratio will be greater than 1, when P by N ratio will be greater than 1, like that, then in that case you study the beta decay also, you study the positron decay also, you study the emission of neutrino and antineutrino also. And everyone knows what is alpha particle because you study the alpha particle scattering experiment in Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment, like alpha particle scattering experiment in atoms chapter also, which is responsible for discovery of nucleus. So technically speaking, if I am an examiner and I have designed that question, then you can't challenge me. That's again my personal opinion. You can't challenge me, sir. You have given a radioactivity question because I have asked you some alpha beta decay which are also entertained in the syllabus apart from the radioactivity section which has been officially deleted. So I myself am not convinced with the fact that it is coming entirely from radioactivity and hence we should get the add-on marks like that. So I am not convinced and I think I told you this thing. Yeah, so right. I think no other queries are there. So all the very best. I hope you enjoyed the interaction and you would have some sorted out things in your mind, how to prepare and especially how to excel, how to target the best marks, complete marks, 100% in NEET Physics. The primary thing which we have explained, I would like to conclude it. Number one, the moment you enter into the campus gates, enter with the proper mindset. Make this resolution, promise yourself that, I'll get something very, lifetime achievement from this campus. Number one. Number two, make it a slogan in your mind and heart that NEET Physics is different, but it's not difficult. Number three, you might be not applicable for everyone, but you might be at single digit marks, but you are going to realize the magic that you can also excel your journey from single digit marks to single digit rank along with us. Okay, all the very best. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye bye.